As part of the second demonstration, today we're going to see how we can launch a virtual machine using the Azure portal. To do so, the first thing which you have to do is to launch a browser and navigate to https://portal.azure.com. Once it prompts us, log in with your Microsoft Azure credentials. If required, choose whether your account is an organization account or just a Microsoft account. I'm already logged in, so I'm in my portal here. Once you've logged in, you will see these list of resources from which you can choose. From the left pane on the list of services, you can select the virtual machine. Once you click that, it will list all the virtual machine which is already being created. To create a new one, you have to click on Add. This will present the compute related gallery of resources from which you can select a particular image and create the instance out of it. So for today's demonstration, let's just go and look for the recommended section. There you can see on the list of available templates, we're going to select the Windows Server. Click on that, will take you to all the available images within the Microsoft gallery. For today's demonstration, let's just go and select one of that, and we are going to select Windows 2012 R2 Data Center. Once you click that, that will ask you to select a kind of a deployment model which you want to choose. We can choose one, either a resource manager, which is the new portal or new way of deploying things, and the classic one, which is kind of the old way of doing things. That is something which we'll discuss in the later phases. But for today's demonstration, let's select the resource manager and then click on create. Now it will ask us to provide the basic configuration details. So the first thing which you have to provide is the name of this virtual machine. Let's just name it as test VM01. For the VM disk type, it has two options. One is you can choose the SSD disk, or the second one which you can use the HDDs. We're going to select the HDDs, which is kind of an optimal in terms of costing. And then it asks us to provide the username and password, which has to be used when you're trying to RDP into this machine. So let's give it a proper username and password. On the background, it does some check on the strength of the password. You have to be in line with the Microsoft standard. Confirm your password again. Scroll it down, and there you will have the option of selecting your subscription if you have more than one. If not, it will automatically select that. Now this is one important bit. When you are doing an ARM deployment, it will group the resources in a logical container called resource group. For that, you can either select one which you've already created, or else you can create the new one. Let's go and create a new one for this demonstration. On the location section, you can select in which region you want to deploy this virtual machine. There is the list of regions which is available. For today's demonstration, we're going to select Southeast Asia, which is near to us, and then click on OK. Now clicking the OK button will validate all the information which you have given, and then it will ask us to select the proper sizing. Let's choose the standard D1 instance size on this size blade. That will take us to the setting section, wherein we have to provide the optional features if we are looking for. So there we have to specify the storage accounts on which the disk of these VMs are going to reside, and then the virtual network on how we are going to provision this and how we are going to manage the private IPs. These are not the one which is relevant for this particular demonstration. Let's just have the default one selected. Click on OK. Upon successfully providing all these values, it will do the final validation under the summary section, and then once everything is being validated, you can click on the OK, and this will trigger the virtual machine creation. On the background, this creation process is gonna take up to 10 minutes to complete this. We have to wait, and then we can see under this section that virtual machine has been created. Once deployment succeeded, you can see that under the notification section that will state virtual machine has been created successfully. Now to connect to the newly provisioned virtual machine, you have to look for the connect section and then click on connect. Clicking that will prompt you to open the RDP file that will encapsulate all the information which is needed to log into this VM. Now click on connect and provide the username and password which you have given. Clicking on OK will take you to the virtual machine. Accept all the licenses. Alright, so this is the virtual machine which you have selected while selecting the images from Microsoft, and Microsoft has gone ahead and created that for you. That's it for today's demo, where we learn how to create a virtual machine by making use of Azure portal.